Hi guys, it's Miriam from Misfit Bikini Model, aka FBME, and today I get to chat with our 2022 Misfit Bikini Model, Samantha. So welcome, Samantha.
Thank you.
So Samantha, for those that don't know much about you, do you want to just share a little bit about you, your life?
Yeah, I am 31, living in Queensland. I have two kids. I have a daughter, she's 2.5 now, and I've just had a son, and he's about 9 months old now. Got heaps of different backgrounds in what I work in. Currently, I am still on maternity leave, but I do work in the Defence Forces when I go back to work. And yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Amazing. Well, we had a Mother's Day shoot recently where my daughter Poppy and I got to share a little bit of time with your kids, and now Poppy really wants to adopt your kids. Every day she's like, "Mummy, do you think we can organize like a play day?" Or it's very cute, beautiful kids.
Oh, that's so lovely. I loved it when Poppy was like, I reckon I could do this for free.
That's so funny because she's like, I could do this for a job. Actually, you know what? I could do this for free. It was hilarious. But I think Noah's actually the first baby that she's ever held. So yeah, it was. I didn't even realize, but she was like, yeah. So it was a really fun time. Really great photo shoot. Really great experience.
That's good. And Noah's just said his first word yesterday.
What was it?
Mum, 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 mum,
Oh yeah, amazing. Oh
yeah.
fantastic. So Samantha, tell us what's life been like since winning Misfit Bikini Model?
It's been full on. Like, my life is normally pretty full on with the kids, but it's just been so much more busy. And when people say it'll happen when it's supposed to happen, and when you're in the right time in your life, things will just start happening for you because it is the right time. And this is literally after I'm doing FBME. It's obviously been the right direction for me because opportunities have just opened up left, right, and center. I'm now really focused on where I want my future to go, just work-wise and personal-wise and all of that. So yeah, it's just been crazy, but it's been amazing for the personal part of my life.
That's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about like why you decided to apply and join Misfit Bikini Model with after having your two children. Why FBME? What was your motivation?
Well, after having Noah, I wanted to get back into being fit because I have been fit for quite a number of years, and I do work well with goals and routine. So I wanted something to really strive for to help keep me accountable, getting back and working back into my new body. And I had seen one of the previous contestants, Sarah. We've known each other for like over 10 years now, and we just keep crossing paths in our lives. And I'd seen that she'd done it twice. I think she competed twice. And it was just amazing, just the different opportunities, and it was a lot different to the bodybuilding that I've done in the past and competing in that. FBME was, like you say, it was holistic. It was everything. It wasn't just about, how small your body was. It was your overall health and goals and fitness. And that's what I really wanted to focus on this time, because after having Noah and having children, like, your whole life changes of who you are. I had no idea who I was anymore. I didn't know like how to dress myself or how I wanted to do my hair or how I wanted to do my makeup. Like, I literally was on a journey to rediscover who I was, and this was going to help me get there. So that was like my main goal for going there. I had no plans on winning, that's for sure.
So how did you feel when we kind of like announced you as the new queen?
it was shocking because, like, going back watching like my partner videoing it, everyone else has got their sashes, and obviously everyone else knew before I knew that I had one. So yeah, it was just crazy because, like I said, we weren't judged on our bodies. We were judged on, who we are within our fitness journey. And there was so many beautiful women. There was so many different backgrounds and so many different ideas of like their health and their fitness and what they do. So it was crazy that I was picked.
Fantastic. So post pageant, so we caught up post pageant, and you shared, if you're okay sharing, a little story about how you didn't realize how much you actually inspire other people through your journey. So part of Misfit Bikini Model, we are not all about social media either, and obviously being a busy mom, you're not going to be on social media all the time, but you did discover that, hey, actually you do inspire other people. So how did that come about?
Yeah, like I was saying to you, like I definitely don't think that I was ever going to be in this space to inspire anyone. But I had finally caught up with one of my mum friends, and she'd said to me, like, I hadn't seen her in a couple of months, and she's like, obviously I've put on weight. She's like, I've just been, self-sabotaging. And she's like, I saw your picture of, your transformation and then you winning. And she's like, I got up the next morning and I did a workout. She's like, if you can do it, I can do it. And then 2 days later, I had my best friend come to me and she said, you're the most resilient, driven person I know. I need to get into gear to restart my fitness. How do you do it? And then it just blew my mind within like those 2 days that, with what I love doing and, I'm dedicated and driven myself, has then inspired someone else to want to jump on board and be a part of the momentum that, obviously I didn't know I was creating.
That's really beautiful. I love that word of momentum and that ripple effect. So we really don't probably grasp how much we affect other people in our behaviors and what we do. So that was such a beautiful story.
Yeah.
So along your journey, having, 2 young babies, and I know your partner, works away, how do you personally like kind of stay dedicated to your health and fitness while you're kind of juggling mum life and all that kind of thing?
Yeah. Asking for help is the biggest one, on a couple of different levels. So I have an amazing coach, Mark at Golden Legacy Coaching, and I knew with my previous history, like within the health and fitness, that it was so important to have someone that actually knew about nutrition help me, because that's where like most of our fitness journey begins, is with food. I'm about to have jets go over. So you may not hear me. So after the pageant, Mark and I sat down and we spoke about my goals for the next 12 months. So he's been able to like work in my nutrition with what I want, with like a whole heap of like awesome, beautiful foods to fuel my body and to build muscle is like my next goal. So having someone professionally look after my nutrition and my food is amazing, and it keeps me like accountable towards those goals. Just the way I feel keeps me dedicated, because the fitter I am and the better I feel about myself, the better I can be for my kids, and it just radiates through to everyone around me, through to my kids. We can all be happy because I've just maintained what keeps me happy, doing something for me And yeah, it literally, it does just radiate out of you once you know what you want to do, what makes you happy. It just carries forth.
I love that. So it is about that saying, filling up your cup first so that you can bring your best self, to your family, and those around you. Love that. Love that. And throughout the journey, have you had any challenges along the way?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm 31 now, and like everyone that has like any sort of fitness journey, mine started when I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a boyfriend at the time who was an AFL player, and he was slim, slender. In my early 20s, I was, having a great time because I was drinking and partying and doing all those things that, you do very young.
Yeah.
So I did struggle with my weight. I was like a bit bigger than him. By no means I wasn't like huge. I was only a size 12, but like compared to him, I was a little bit different. And I had a girlfriend, and that's what hurt the most. It never ever hurt about anything that, he said to me. I had a girlfriend of ours that was doing my hair once said to me, I've always wondered how it worked between you two guys, with him being so small and you being so big. And that really hurt. So, that's when I really started my journey. But again, I was doing it for someone else's opinion. And it wasn't until years later when, I had come out of my second most serious relationship when I decided that I'm actually going to do this for me. It's not going to be because someone else feels like I need to be a certain way or a certain size or look a certain way. This is finally the time in my life where I can just focus on myself and what I really want to do for me. And that's when my body actually did start to change, and it was a lot easier for me to lose weight because I was able to focus on myself. And I find it really important now, with everything that I've learned, with these challenges that I've gone through, I want to be the difference. To be, instead of being, that friend that I have, I want to be the person that should have been there to support me during that time. I wish I'd had someone like myself now to give to myself back then, who could have truly been supportive. So yeah, there has been a lot of challenges. You lose yourself a little bit on the way, you pick yourself back up. But it's all about, who you surround yourself with, the environment.
100%. And has there been any kind of lessons or anything that you've learnt about yourself through your, FBME journey?
Yeah, so love for yourself. It's not until you can truly learn to love yourself that you can love others, because you'll always be searching for love and something else to feel that validation. And once you love yourself, you get that validation for yourself, then everything else is icing on the cake. So that's what I've really learned, that to move forward, to get any goal that I want, it's truly come from the love that I have for myself, is the reason why I've been able to strive forward and achieve everything that I have, because it's all on me. Like, I do definitely have support from other people, but it's me who's been the driving factor, and it's all come from just belief in myself.
That's so beautifully said. So, Samantha, for any mums that are potentially going through that, rediscovery or have lost themselves a little bit, do you have any advice on them to kind of start to find their way again?
Yeah, so you've got to remember that you've just had 9 months of creating a little human, and our bodies do some amazing, crazy things, and you will never be the same again. So There will be a little bit of you that comes through this journey with you, but you won't be the same person. And you need to stop comparing yourself to old you and to other people around you. Yes, use the inspiration of, people like myself, but do not compare, because your body does not bounce back. It is not something that it does. It is a work in progress, and you can't beat yourself up and push yourself down and expect to achieve amazing results if you can't love who you are right now. So it's really important when you're going through your journey of being a mum, just be kind to yourself. Your biggest goal, your biggest driving factor at the moment is that little baby that you've just had. And it's so important to be happy and healthy you for your baby. So start small. Start by going for a walk. Start by just focusing on, now that Bub's out, you can change the different foods that you eat. Get educated on your hormones. That is the biggest one. Education on your hormones, because they are going to be up and down for the next 6 to 12 months, depending on whether you're breastfeeding, and you can't expect to drop huge amounts of weight when your hormones are just going crazy. So you've got to remember, just because sometimes you might be slogging yourself out, but there could be an imbalance there that you do need to go and talk to a professional about and get yourself sorted. But start the journey today. If that's what you want to do to better yourself in any way, start today. Don't wait for tomorrow or the day after, and only try and achieve small things. For me to be happy, I only aim to achieve one thing a day. So we've just moved house and I've still got boxes everywhere. I only aim to achieve unpacking a certain amount of boxes a day. And once I've achieved that, I'm great. I feel good for the rest of the day. I can just carry forward, and anything else I get done is wonderful. And I feel good about myself for that day.
That's fantastic advice. Thank you so much. So for the pageant, do you have, other than obviously being crowned Miss Fit for 2022, are there any particular highlights or special moments that you treasure?
Yeah, there was two, which has really shown me where I want to go with my future. We were doing a photo shoot on the beach, and one of the girls, Shay, I was like, come on, we're waiting for photos. Let's go take some selfies of ourselves, out and about. And I was like, I'll take your photo first. And she stood there and she's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay, well, now do this, put your arm up like this, turn like this, pose like that. And she come over and I showed her the photo, and just the way she lit up, and she's like, wow, oh my God, thank you so much. That's just great. And then in between other bits and pieces we were doing, one of the other ladies, Lisa, she was really stressing about her walk, that she hadn't had enough time to practice. And I was like, okay, well, let's go do it. Let's go do it now. So she started to do her walk, and as we do as women, we muck around, and she's like, oh, I should just do this or that. And I'm like, well, do that. Put your hand on your hip. Give yourself some attitude. And I'm like, that just straightened up your shoulders. It straightened up your walk. You may think you were silly, but now focus on it. And you look amazing. Your confidence just went through the roof because you weren't so focused on being so perfect. You just did the slightest little thing, and it just changed her whole persona, her whole aura, just everything. And it really felt good to me to be able to help someone else just see their potential just by a little bit of help.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's fantastic. So we'll definitely be excited to have you part of 2023, helping out with the photo shoots, and also with some modeling and runway coaching for sure. Because you're absolute natural on stage. You are so beautiful and elegant. Actually, do you want to share a little bit about your sporting interest, your outfit?
Yes, so I had always wanted to do burlesque dancing, and I wanted to do it with the big, beautiful fans. So Sarah, again, who's done FBME before, had a friend in Toowoomba that teaches burlesque dancing. So I went and saw her and had one lesson, and that's a routine that we worked on. And she let me borrow her beautiful black ostrich feather fans. And I had seen a design for a dress that was like beautiful fringed feathers, and it was like $4,000. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 I can make that. So I did. I bought like a corset online, I adjusted it, and I just went through and created it myself. And I'd only finished it the day before going down to the pageant. So I hadn't had any time to practice in it. So it was just, I had to wing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I didn't know what the music was going to be. So I was just like, well, I'm just going to have to relax and just go with the fact that I've prepared myself enough and it's going to be amazing. And it was brilliant. I loved it.
Phenomenal. It was phenomenal. So people can actually go onto your Instagram and check out, you've done a reel of your creation of your dress and your whole outfit. So that was like amazing to watch as well, just you putting it all together. So super creative. Amazing job.
Thank you. I can't wait to see the video of my routine.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Samantha, we are so honoured to have you part of the sisterhood and have you as our 2022 Misfit Bikini model. And I'm really, really excited for things that we're planning together for the rest of 2022 and having you part of the pageant weekend in 2023, which will be releasing dates very soon.
Fantastic.
Thanks so much for chatting, Samantha, and we'll definitely be chatting soon.
Fantastic. Thank you, Miriam.
Bye.